In part 4 of this tutorial, we're going to start on the inside by patterning the front of the base page, the flap on the front and the base page, and then also work on our first pop-up photo mats and the flaps for that on the inside. For the front side here, the first part of this page set here, the front flap, I'm going to mat this with the icru. So I cut one that is 5 3/8 wide by 8 7/8 tall, and I'm going to round one edge, the 2 corners. Like that. That's going to go right there. Okay. This piece of pattern paper, I have some scraps here that I'm going to be using. But this full sheet here of the Sweet and Simple, I'm going to cut from this side the 5 1/4 wide. So let me flip this around if I can. I'm going to reverse it like this: 5 1/4. 5 1/4. Double cut that. 5 1/4 right there, like that. And I'll cut my height at 8 3/4. 8 3/4. So that should fit right there. And then I'm going to corner around it on the left side of the part that I want to be on the book, like that. Okay, so there's that. On the back side, I'm going to use this other piece. So that's another 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and cut my height first. 5 1/4 by 8 3/4. I wrote that down wrong. I'm going to correct my notes here. 5 3/4, right? No. Oh, I'm not matting, so I need to change that. I almost goofed that up. From the inside, I want it to be 5 3/8 wide by 8 7/8 tall. Okay, this right here. So 8 7/8. Sometimes you have to put your thinking cap on. 8 7/8 by 5 3/8, because I'm not matting it. 5 3/8. But I am going to round the corner. So let's see if this fits on the inside. Yeah. Okay. So round the corner that's going to be out. Okay. Right here. So that's going to go on the inside here, like that. Okay, so then in here, I'm going to piece this. So I had this scrap. This scrap is 5 1/4. I'm going to cut it at 8 7/8. So 8 7/8. Now, if you don't want a piece, then you would cut yours. The blade has popped out. There we go. 8 7/8 by 5 1/4. It should be already cut for that. Yeah. Okay. So that's going to glue right here. We're going to have to put our magnets on first, though. That's going to glue right there. And then I'm going to piece in here. So there's that, 1 1/2. Then this one at 1 1/2. This one is the red. It's going to be, I'm going to cut it down to 3 1/8. I think that'll work. 3 1/8. And this one is 5 3/4. 5 3/4 right there. Okay. So we'll see if that works. Don't need that one. And what I was going to say, if you want to do your solid in that section, you would need to cut one that's 5 7/8 wide by 8 7/8 tall. So I'll try to remember to put that in the cutting guide also. So let's glue these down right quick. Move this out of the way. Okay, let's get the black piece of cardstock to kind of help me see where I'm at on this flap. So we glue our solid mat down first. Okay, burnish that down. And then the quilty looking stitched piece goes on next. And then we're going to do the magnets next, so I don't forget. Very important to remember to put them on if you're using magnets. Okay, so let's set these aside for right quick and do the magnets. Again, I'm using the small of the tonic magnets that I got from Country Craft Creations. Punch this out. Our little stickers, or you can just use the tape. So about 3/4 of an inch in the center there. I'm going to grab tape. Piece of tape between. Just lock it down on there. See, that one on the bottom didn't stick. So I'm going to put it down. Put the tape over it. Didn't have enough of the sticker to stick onto it. This one goes this way. And we're going to close it up. And open it up. Whoop. Close it up. Press down. Well, for some reason, my score tape is not catching. There we go. That should work. Burnish that down to make it stick. Okay. Got it. Now then. Let's see here. This is going to go here. So this one's got the corners rounded, so we're going to glue this into this back flap. Take this tape off, backing. Get your glue going. Push it down. Around the magnet. Okay, like that. Now then, this piece. Let's pull the tape backing off. Put this one down. Now line it up so it's not going over your faux line of your hinge here piece, but line it up so you have a little margin showing of your craft. There. Furnish around your magnet. And now the piece, and it's going to go over this lip here. So yeah, I'm going to have to trim it down a little bit. So 1.5 inches was too wide. Let me measure my gap in here. It's 1.25 inches, so 1 1/8. Trim that down to 1 1/8. One and an eighth. I didn't get it cut all the way through, so there we go. Let's see how that looks. 1 1/8. And the red one also 1 1/8. It's going to glue right in there. Let's get this one on first. And I'm going to butt this up to this because I don't want a gap there where that ridge is. So I'm going to leave it the length that I cut it. And that goes right there. Okay. So that's how that looks in there. And close that up. So that is the front of the page set, the flap and everything with their magnet closure for that. So once we finish this flap here, the front of the flap, it's pieced in here, this, then we're going to go ahead and do this section on the inside of this flap. So we have 3 pieces we need to cut that are 6 3/8 wide by 8 7/8 tall. And then we'll check our scraps for this piece here that attaches inside. Now then I'm going to decide if I want to attach this probably before I actually put the pattern papers in, and I'll show you how to do that. So I have picked out 1 sheet of each. I've got the 3x4 elements, but I'm using the lemon side. I have 2 of these, so I still have these left over to use. So I have this. Then I picked out the lemonade stand for the yellow gingham. And then I think I'm going to use the back side, the walking on sunshine. I'm going to use the red with the white dots. We're going to use that one. So that's what we're going to use. So let me grab my trimmer so we can cut these 3 pieces right quick. Okay, so we want 6 3/8 wide by 8 7/8 tall. Let's cut the 6 3/8 first. 6 3/8. So that's right there. It's just 1/8 of an inch under your 6 1/2, 6 3/8. So we make a cut. Save this one. Didn't cut. Oh, that's because I didn't cut the branding strip off. So just do that with scissors real quick. To this side. And then we want the 8 7/8 tall. So that's one piece. And let's go ahead and cut the branding strip off real quick. Put this in at 12 and just take that off. Makes it much easier. So we want 6 3/8 by 8 7/8. And cut the branding strip off here. Place it in at the 12. And just take that off real quick. And then we're going to cut 6 3/8 by 8 7/8. Okay, so those are the three pieces, main pieces we need for this flap. Okay, let's check this out and double check to see if I need a magnet. So the magnet would go here, and I think I am going to add a magnet, just a small one. Open this up. It's going to go right in here. Two pieces of score tape. I'm just use score tape instead of the little stickers. So these are stuck together, so I'm going to separate them. This one here is going to center it about 3/4 of an inch down. And I'm going to attach this one to make sure I've got it going the right direction. And then I put the side that's going to attach down. Whoops. Grab it again. Okay. So I'll put my tape there. Close them together like that, and then bring it down. Okay. So burnish those down. Okay. So now we have the magnet, and we're going to put the lemons right here on the front. Now I did not round the corners here on this one. Let me look at this and see. I might want to. No, because it's the full page, so I'm not going to round those. Okay. So let me get my glue going here. And don't panic because I'm using the back sides of these cut-aparts because, like I said, I had two sheets. So I had one sheet to use for the cut-aparts and then one sheet to use the patterned image on the back. Because for this project, I really don't need, okay, there we go. I really don't need more than one set of the cut-aparts. I think I'm going to need to add some, get some more glue added into my bottle. I think I'll be able to hopefully get enough out to attach this one down. There we go. Maybe there's more in there than I thought. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this one down. Love those lemons. Oh, I didn't even look to see if I was putting them on the wrong direction, the right direction, but I got it done. Okay. So burnish this down. It's so pretty. And I'm going to use some lemons here on this other side. So like that. Now then, let's play with this piece that we're going to add. Now this is like a pop-up pop-up, what am I calling it? Pop-up photo mats. Yeah. So this is going to go here and here so that when it closes, it just folds in like that. So I want this about 2 inches from the top and 2 inches from the bottom, and I'm going to put it onto my pattern paper first. So I need a mat. Okay, so this is going to be my bottom paper, and this is going to be my top. But anyway, I want it approximately 2 inches from the top, and it's going to be this section here. So I'm going to line this up so I can see it. 2 inches is right here. This check makes it nice to have some straight lines to follow. So it's going to be about 3/8 of an inch. Just a little over 3/8 of an inch on each side. So let me take my pencil here. I'm going to put a dot right here on this corner and one right here. I think I'm just going to go ahead and lightly draw a line. Okay. So this one's going to cut from the dot to the dot. Hold that ruler down really good. Line it up straight. This dot. And stop. Okay, I'm going to erase my lines, my marks. Okay, so this piece, this little tab here goes into that slot we just cut. So to fit it in there, if you need to cut a little wider, just a tiny, tiny bit. On each side here, let's see here. Stick that in. There we go. Okay. So when you bend this over, you're going to take this on the back, and I'm going to put glue on the flap, underside of the flap, then fold it down towards the main section here and burnish it here. Squeeze out all that glue. Okay, so I'm going to flip it back around. I hope I put it in here right. Bend these in. Okay, so that's that one. Now this one's going to be 2 inches from the bottom. I'm going to line this up. About 2 inches right there. I'm going to take this other piece, and at the 2 inch mark, and again about 3/8 of an inch, just under 3/8 of an inch from each side. So I'm going to make sure it's straight here. Okay, not quite at the 2 inch. Let's line this up better. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'll put my my dot right here and draw me a line. I'm going to cut this and turn it so I can see it. That dot down to this one. I'm going to erase my lines and my dots. Make sure this is down at the bottom. Let me see how I want this to fold. So I want this fold peak here, the peak here, and this is in the valley. So this is going to go in. Just slide it in. Okay. Flip it over. Make sure it lines up. This tab is going to glue down towards the main section. And fingers crossed I have done this right. So watch mine before you do yours. Okay. Burnish. Okay, so it's going to go like that. Okay, so now we're going to fold it in like that so we can put it into the book. So open everything up, open up our flaps. Move my mat out of the way. Go ahead and take the backing off this bottom one. So the dot's going to go here. So I'm going to keep it folded like this so I can see to line things up better. And so I'm going to put the glue on this one piece back here. On that little flap there. Just make sure you're just getting glue on that patterned paper, not the one underneath here. Okay. Okay, let's flip it around. The skinny part goes to the bottom. This is where we've got to line this up down here. And up here at the top, get it nice and straight. Peek in underneath here to make sure I'm pretty straight on this. I haven't pressed anything down. And I'm going to burnish that. Okay, well, let's flip it, swing it around. So this one's going to touch like this, if I can get it to come on down. Okay, so it's going to attach like this. Just maybe sideways. Okay, so let's take this tape backing off. And we put glue on this here and all of this yellow part, the back side. Go down. So what we've done is we've attached our flaps to the patterned paper rather than in a hidden flaps, so that these flaps are hidden instead of just straight down. Now, if you think this is too hard for you to do, then you go ahead and put them down onto the paper the normal way. And then you would just cover those 1/2-inch tabs with some other paper. Okay, burnish around the magnets. Get this down. And this in here. Okay, so now turn our page around. See how our pictures pop up? Just like that. Now, of course, you can't put pictures on this underside, but it's just a cool effect when it opens up like that. Or you can even, let's see here, do this way. Nope, it's got to go that way. Like that. There we go. Okay, so you want this one down, this one popping up, and this one going down. Now we'll add pattern paper to this side. And make sure this is burnished in here, right there. Okay. So now I'm going to go through my scraps. I'm going to measure these and go through my scraps, and then we'll put pattern paper on just this side here. Or you can put, a contrasting cardstock if you want to do the photo mats like that. From my scraps of paper that I had from cutting these mats, I cut 4 that are 5 3/8 wide by 3 3/8 tall. And I'm going to glue 1 into each photo mat section here. And like I said, if you just wanted to use solid cardstock, you could do that. I decided I wanted to use these pattern papers for right now. Kind of brighten all this up. So just carefully put those in there. Burnish those in. Let's see here. So I'm using the red with the white dots, the back side of this check for the solid yellow. Let me look at the wording, see if it shows. Yeah, I've got this up here. Make sure I'm putting it in the right direction. So this is just a different take on how to do some photo mats in your album. If you wanted to do like a regular waterfall or something, you probably could do that, or just regular photo mats. It's up to you on this flap how you want to do it. But I wanted to show you how to do these pop-up ones like this. I think it's fun. This one goes here. Of course, I'll be adding some stickers and different decorative elements to this, but for now, this one is patterned, and we're ready to move on to the next section over here. Okay, so there it is. It's just how it pops in and out, and you press down and the magnet will hold. Those magnets are strong, really nice and strong. Okay, so now we're going to do this section next.